Today's workout is gonna revolve around deadlifts. So to get started, we're gonna do a little warm up just to get our body prepped for deadlifting. We're gonna start with just some kettlebell swings, some kickstand squats, just some things to get blood flowing. And then we'll do a couple things just to get our lats a little bit more engaged, and then some things to prime the nervous system. So to get started, we'll grab a weight. Doesn't have to be super duper heavy to start. We'll do a couple rounds, so we'll move up a little in weight. We're not gonna do a lot of volume here. We're not trying to get fatigued prior to deadlifting. Again, our deadlifts are a big lift today, so everything else is just gonna be built around supporting that. So to get started, we're gonna go ahead, we'll do a double leg swing. We're just here, coming through. Personally, I like to switch hands as I'm doing this, get a little movement through the spine. Again, we're just trying to enhance systemic blood flow right now. 4, 5. Now we're gonna change our footwork. 2, we're gonna go 3 more each side. That's 1, 2, last one each side, and 3. Now we're immediately just gonna go into our kickstand squat. So now we're thinking of going up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these next 5, we're gonna go quick, so it's gonna be a jump. Do 2 more each side. And set that down. Take a little break. We're taking this break. We'll go ahead and get a little bit heavier weight. Now that we're working with some heavier weight, we're gonna do fewer reps. And today when we're deadlifting, we're gonna be going, we'll probably build up into a 3x3. Not gonna do a lot of volume, like I said, because we don't wanna allow your nervous system to get fatigued when you go to actually move some weight. All right, we're gonna do our kettlebell swings, thinking of moving fast with these ones. So we'll go ahead, and again, we're just gonna do the alternating stance. So we'll be in a staggered stance, and as you switch hands, you'll switch legs as well. So we're in, we're just going fast. Awesome. Set that down. Now we're gonna do round 2 of those kickstands. So we're here. Awesome. Next, we're gonna come on over here. So as we do these pull-ups, I'm gonna be super strict. We're gonna think of pulling elbows to your side. And I'm just gonna kind of let my legs relax. I'm trying to just really get those lats engaged. So I'll go ahead, grab a little bit closer. So as you come up, you're just thinking that contraction. So again, today, we're not gonna do a ton of volume. When I do my splits, I'll do back and some other lifts at a different part of the day. Right now, I'm really trying to increase my overall deadlift. Trying to hit certain numbers. So with that, the deadlift is gonna really everything's gonna revolve around the deadlift. Again, I do most of my volume work in a different workout. Today it's not gonna be a super long workout, but just doing a lot of heavier deadlifts. As we do these, we'll focus more on the standing component, and we'll just be quickly down to the floor. So these will not be slow and controlled deadlifts, because again, we're trying to get that weight up off the ground. For this first set, we're gonna be focusing on moving quickly. We're gonna do about 5 reps. Again, it's all gonna be coming on that way up is what we're gonna be concentrating on. So as you do this, you're gonna try to get enough force through your arm or your legs where your arms being relatively relaxed, you'll kind of come up into a shrug. As you do this, don't really just focus on just the shrug part. You want so much power coming through the legs that weight just kind of lifts up. Be controlled on the descent, but try not to expend too much energy. Just don't get hurt on the way down. So we're here. Coming up. Let's do about 5. So go ahead and add some weight. It's gonna be our second set. Now we're just gonna be focusing on 3s. So we're gonna go ahead, grab your weight. Still thinking of coming off the ground quickly. Obviously, when you add weight, you're not gonna be able to move as fast, but we're still thinking of that lifting phase. Now when we come down, you're controlled, but you're not going down super slow. We're not doing negatives right now. Those are great when we're thinking of hypertrophy adaptations. Right now, we're just trying to do strength, so we're just thinking of that way up. All right, now that we're getting into some heavier weight, again, moving, but that speed is definitely gonna decrease, so it's okay to take a little, or it's okay to catch your breath in between these reps. Do try to get them done relatively quickly, but don't feel like you just have to bust them all 3 out. But we are still going for triples, so we're here. Go ahead and grab. Especially as you move up in weight, it's really important to assess if you can even attempt to lift that weight. So when you grab your weight, make sure not to just rip it off the ground. That's when the likelihood of injury can go up. So you haven't really assessed if you can lift that weight. Personally, I kind of like that click where when you pull into it, a lot of times you'll hear the collars hit the inside edge of that weight where you hear that little click, and then you know from there to start driving and lift that weight. Go ahead and grab, get set up, get your breath. Now we're at our top sets. So instead of doing just a strict triple with this, we're gonna go ahead and do 3 singles. Biggest reason is I just want you to be fresh through all the reps instead of doing well in your first one, struggling that second, and then the third one, that likelihood of injury goes up. So we're just gonna do 1, set the weight down, catch your breath, and then we'll do another, so on and so forth. We're gonna do a total of 3. Grab your weight. That's all we're doing for deadlifts. I don't like to do drop sets afterwards. I know sometimes people will hit their top sets, drop, do reps, drop, do reps. Again, not necessarily anything wrong with that. especially if you're trying to add size. Going to failure is awesome. It's great for hypertrophy. I'm just trying not to fry my nervous system because, well, I still have workouts to do this week. So once I'm done with those top sets, I like to just strip the weight. Then next I'm just gonna do something nice and easy. We'll do a little rope flow, just get the body moving, just get ready for the rest of the day. All right, we're just gonna finish up with a little bit of rope flow or rolling ropes. I don't know if you've ever heard or seen about rolling ropes, but it's an awesome practice. It's great for the spinal engine, and I believe it was developed by David Weck, who's also the founder of the BOSU. Just a mad genius, but it's just a great way, especially after deadlifting, just getting your spine involved. You can go ahead and do some moves. Really just trying to get everything nice and back loosened. Just did a lot of things that tell your body to tighten up. Ooh. Now we're just trying to loosen that up. You can do it with a single arm. And just get your body moving. That's all I got for you today.